you have not yet been let into the mind of the men who do the flying, nor shown their feelings when in the air and going into a fight.
For the man in the street, perhaps the most amazing machine is the Spitfire,
who ensured that Britain would fight on against Nazi tyranny.
While it's ticking over, our news plane can keep up with it. But when the pilot opens out, things begin to happen.
R.J. Mitchell became the main designer from 1916. Everybody thinks Supermarine, the Spitfire, wonderful aeroplane. It was only the third land plane he'd ever designed. And he designed it as a private venture, the Supermarine, linked with Rolls-Royce. When it entered service in 1938, it was the most advanced fighting aeroplane of its day, without a shadow of a doubt. The Hurricane was fabulous, already in service, but it was a hybrid. So that was a most important part of Southampton, and for employment as well. Coming up to the war, there are obvious targets that the Germans would look at. Docks, a prime target. Supermarine, a prime target, prior to the war itself. The first big raids on Southampton were September 1940. And they did target Supermarine. Didn't quite damage as much as they thought they had. They also targeted what's now Southampton Airport, known as Eastleigh at the time. Caused a lot of damage there. 11th September killed about 60 people at Cunliffe. During the Battle of Britain, there were 145 Polish pilots, and they shot down the most planes. More than the British did, pro rata. More than Australians, New Zealanders, anybody like that.
We had 14 squadrons in Polish squadrons during the war in Polish ones, and I believe they saved Britain during the Battle of Britain. That's what Churchill said. Few people, they saw 18% of the enemies. We fought, we didn't go in squadron there, we went to shoot, to kill Germans. That's why it was attitude.
Now these guys have been used to just going straight in. There was a big parade, very heavy cloud, nobody was flying this one day. And the cloud was very low level. And there was a report a German bomber was coming over. These two Polish pilots got into their aircraft, got up through the cloud that nobody else was flying in, shot down the German bomber, landed, and were immediately carpeted for disobeying orders and not doing this. And this happened quite a bit. In the end, they said, well, hang on, we are desperate. We'll get these guys into action. That gives you an indication of what these guys were like. And I've been fortunate over the years as an aviation historian to meet one or two Polish pilots.
They were really heroes to British. They were really heroes. I wasn't here, I was in Siberia at the time. But I know from reports of British people, some women said, don't tell my husband, but I had Polish friends during the war.
Without these people, who were the second highest scorers, knocking down enemy aircraft in the Battle of Britain, we wouldn't be standing here talking about this. I'm a firm believer of that. And we should be proud of that. We helped defend them. They certainly helped defend us.